all right, raza, muchos saludos. We're here with la comadre Erika Renee. ¿Cómo estás, comadre?
Saludos, bien, gracias a Dios, compadre. Muchísimas gracias, primeramente, por la invitación y por tu tiempo y por tu apoyo. Y a todos los radioescuchas también, muchísimas gracias por su apoyo.
Oh man, I'm so excited that we're able to go and talk. The last time we talked, you were about to go and drop the album. The album already came out the last time we talked, and
yes.
And the album is awesome. Tu Chaparrita.
Thank you.
Like that has all the songs. Your debut single, Tu Chaparrita, like that became a hit right away.
Yes. Thank you guys. I thank God. Like I can't thank you guys enough. The DJs, the fans, everyone in the industry that supports us, that pushes our music. You know, it's been a crazy roller coaster. But you know, it wouldn't be a story if it wasn't. You know. But no, thank you guys for the supporting. Tu Chaparrita definitely was not a one-hit wonder, you know, and I have God to thank, first of all, and of course, everyone that I mentioned previously. Thank you guys so much.
And then también, like you have a lot of hits, and then I have to give it up to is Sábado. Híjole. That song, like, still gets me to dance. Like, it's still...
Yay!
Con este sábado, yeah. Se pega, man.
Bad. Yeah, no, the producers did a great job, you know, and I appreciate que me escucharon. You know, they took the time to listen to what I wanted, you know, what I was hearing in my head. I'm not a musician, you know, I'm not a composer, a professional composer per se. But in my head, you know, I hear the melodies, I hear the, you know, things, the music, you know, and I appreciate, you know, the patience that the producers had with me in you know, coming up with the music that I was looking for, and everyone like just hit the nail on the head. So I'm very grateful. And thank you guys for that. Very blessed for that.
And of course, just all your music, the tribute song that you did to your mom. I know that we did an interview around that time.
Yes.
And
yes, sir.
That song I was happy to debut, like, once it came out on the station. And it's a very touching song. Like, it.
Yes. And actually, yesterday, when I messaged you to confirm, you know, our interview for today, estaba haciendo ejercicio, and I was at the end where I was, you know, just dancing, and then the music me estaba saliendo, you know, just Spotify playlist, and it came out. And as tired as I was and pepped up and hyped up for workout, it gets me every time. And I hear my husband tell me, "You got this, babe, you got this, keep going, you got it," you know, because he knows I choke up every time I sing that song. It's a very touching song.
It is, and it's very beautiful. Every time I play it,
thank you.
And they ask me, like, who sings it, and I go and I tell them, and a lot of people have been using it for their personal events as well.
Oh, I'm glad.
And that's what I like. It's like, okay, it's another song added to this type of collection.
Yes. And I feel very blessed because, you know, we moved around a lot when we were young. But in the areas that we lived in, we were able to pick up, you know, different cultural beliefs and costumbres, I guess you could say. And of course the music. And so I have, like I mentioned to you, me gusta la banda, la cumbia, las rancheras, mariachi, like a little bit of everything. I'm not just one specific genre. And, you know, it could be a good or bad thing, but the way things are going now, it's a great thing because everybody is doing everything, you know, back Becky G, Peso Pluma. I mean, they're doing, everybody's reaching out, and that's the way it should be, at least in my opinion, because you're not just one specific person, and it kind of shows the kind of person that you are, your culture, your race, your culture, what you're proud of, and of course, what the different types of music that you like to listen to as well. But yeah, I think it's a great thing.
And speaking about banda, oh my God, el número 6, híjole. Like that song I was jamming out earlier too. I was like, man, like people don't like realize like, oh my God, like I can hear this like with the little bit with the new style of music that's going around. I was like, I can hear her redoing this again.
You know what? I have always wanted to redo it a different style. It's been mentioned to me to do it mariachi style.
That would sound awesome too.
Yeah. You never know. You never know. One day se me va a ocurrir y se me va a antojar, and I might just do it. But I just chose banda for this particular song because that's just how it came to me. Like my songs, I write them how they come. If I hear something specific, I know it's gonna be, a ranchera. It's gonna be banda. It's gonna be a cumbia. And I've tried to change it, and it just doesn't flow the same. So I keep it the way it comes at me, and I feel like God's sending that music to me, not specifically like exactly the words, but, the style and just the talent, to me, it's a God-given gift. I could not do this on my own at all.
And that's like one of my favorite songs. I know I play it with my banda set, and like when we have the house parties here, it's like puro banda and rancheras and corridos, and it's like just hearing that song and knowing, and then getting the ladies to sing with it too, and it's like, yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Awesome. Yes. That's how I remember cuando íbamos a las fiestas, a las festivales. You could. I remember, being in the crowd, and the bands were playing or whatever, or the DJs were playing, and I could hear. I would be singing along while dancing, of course, pero whether it was banda or cumbias. But yeah, and that's what I remember, and that's what I hope, and I'm glad that is happening. With my music, la están escuchando, la están disfrutando, y también la están cantando.
Yeah, and I know I do all the time. Like even with this new single, this Bailame, híjole. Like que está pegando, man. Like you have some artists I haven't heard about. Like I'm going on your TikTok and going on your Instagram, and it's like, okay, I haven't heard of this artist that like you just posted about, but they sound good.
Yes, they evoke a lot of different emotions, a lot of different memories, and that's why I'm doing it. I have a whole box. I think I showed it one time. I have a whole box of just music that my mom used to love, and that's not everything. I still have more, but that's what's in that box. But she's got from corridos to banda to norteños, cumbias, boleros, like music I've never heard of, groups I've never heard of. But I try to give every song a chance, because there was a reason why that song was written, and maybe it might evoke something on me. So I appreciate that. But at the same time, estoy aprendiendo, conociendo a mi mamá, los diferentes estilos, her highs and lows in life, and I'm glad that, that you're watching, because, it kind of tells you like, that's what I went through when I was little, listening to the music when I was little and learning about my mom. So I'm glad you're watching and following along and learning with me.
And with me, this is like the best part too. Like we've been friends for so many years, and just seeing you go through the industry, like from your debut song to now, and seeing you achieve so many goals. and like seeing you playlists in Mexico and seeing you on the gruperos también with the solo gruperos, and they're one of the biggest names in Mexico right now in both La Onda Tejana and Regional Mexicano, and like just your name in there, it's like awesome.
Thank you. Yes, and again, I'm glad that you're following along on my journey, because it's a journey for every artist, every musician. We have highs, we have lows, and we keep going. And right now is we're creating that history that we grew up with those musicians, with those artists. You watch Selena, you watched Emilio, and Juan Gabriel. You watch everything on TV back in the day, and now we're in that moment right now. You know what I mean? And to me, it's amazing. People are listening to my music in locally as well as internationally, worldwide. And it's awesome to see that people are appreciating, as little as it may seem, appreciating the music, the little note, the little melody, the letter, the words. They're paying attention. And then of course, we got groups and people that share the music, and all, like, it's just awesome. I'm so glad that people are sharing, and because it's not just about the artist. It's like I was telling you earlier, it's a group effort, it's a community effort. Without you guys, our music won't be heard, and y'all need our music too. And I'm glad that you listen to a variety of music, because your fans, your listeners love a variety of music. So like I said, it's just a community effort. But yeah, I know I'm just rambling.
No, but it does make sense. Like with me, as a radio station, I listen to everything. I was raised on listening to everything from Regional Mexicano, Tejano, to hip hop, to polka, like just all over the place. I got raised on multiple cultures of music, and it's like, oh shoot, well this sounds like a cumbia, and I can work this in with that. And like just the way our music industry is right now, like I just read an article from Billboard about like Peso Pluma crossing genres, just because of how his music is resonating. And it's like, oh my god, I'm like, Erika Renee does the same thing. This is an interesting article to bring up while doing the interview, because I like, honestly, you're crossing genres, you're breaking boundaries that most Tejanos in the industry won't do, or they're afraid to do. And it's like, yeah, we already have a person like that. Just pay attention to this person.
Yeah, hello, I'm here. Little Erica. But yeah, I mean, I did it. Let me see, when I did from Tu Chaparrita to the first No Te Preocupes, that was progressive norteño. And then La Número 6, of course, that was a complete crossover. And we continued doing some Tejano, some Tex-Mex when I started, and so I'm still doing some Tex-Mex, but we officially, crossed over to Regional Mexicano, because I'm trying to reach out to those audiences, and like I said, when I was little, we listened to everything, but where we were at, we listened to a lot of that Regional Mexicano, and that's not to say that I don't love Tejano music, but I'm just trying to reach more audiences, and so yes, we officially crossed over. But we're still paying tribute to Tex-Mex music, because it's still part of me. I still love Tejano.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. Like I have been trying to say in some of the videos and all that. It's like it's not my say on how you go and take your career. Like honestly, yeah, I love it. I love to see when artists take risk. I love to see when they're succeeding at those risks, and just seeing like, okay, well, hey, you got influenced by this music. Now I know why you're going that way. Like that.
Yes.
That's why, like, oh yeah, my influences change weekly, but it's like, oh, cool, like that. At least, I mean, once you sent me the song, this Bailame, man, I'm like, I was so happy, like, oh shoot, like this is multiple areas that you can reach with this cumbia, and then like, and then just seeing you and seeing how the gente is in Mexico with you, and it's like, oh my god, like I'm so proud as a DJ and as a guy who brought you in, and just like seeing how you are, because it's like just seeing you cross over now and saying, yeah, I'm with Regional Mexicano, but I'm always Tejano, and it's like, yeah, that's what I have been saying, and people need to pay attention.
Yes, and we watch your posts. Believe me, we watch them, and I try to go back and click, and then Facebook takes you to the top or it disappears, and I'm like, what? Where'd it go?
And then sometimes I just end up resharing it on like TikTok, or like I want people to know this music news, and just like, hey, you know what? This will help out your career. Like this will actually go and help you out.
Absolutely. Y hay veces que estoy viendo lo que estás poniendo, and I'm like, wait, that's what I'm doing. So I guess it is a thing, because I'm always experimenting. I'm always trying to, different things. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not the only crazy one doing this, but I appreciate it, because at the same time, not only are you sharing, you're also educating us on things that are happening that nobody wants to say, that nobody says, because either they're scared of or they don't want other people to know. So thank you for that too. And con este tema, Bailame, we definitely, went way out there. Like I said, this was a little more international sound. Cuando salió un beso, it was a little bit more, in that direction. And then we went with Bailame, and then boom, it just was everywhere, all the way Argentina, Colombia. But the music style is still Tex-Mex, paying tribute to the Tex-Mex music, cumbia style, Mexicano, and of course the Colombiano now, because the musicians and the influences of the musicians that were part of the team is that my producer Adrian Vasquez put together. And it's an amazing song. It's so totally different from what I feel I've been doing, but it's paying tribute a little bit aquí allí, and again, with that mindset of reaching out to different audiences and paying tribute to them. And I was going to say something and it just slipped my mind, but la songwriter, la escritora, Blanca Estela, I felt like she did a great job. It's a catchy tune, but it's also, to me, I made it a little more sensual than what she had in mind. And when she heard it, I'm going to share the video one of these days. I'm just waiting for the right time. Pero, we received the maqueta for Bailame, and it was a little more Tejano. And Adrian being, the producer, the great producer that he is.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes, he had something else in mind. Let's make it a little more modern, but again, paying tribute to the cultures. And I said, okay, let's go for it. And he went all out. And when she heard it, oh my gosh, I can't wait to show you guys. But you could see that she felt the music immediately, like, you see the movement. And so in that, seeing what she did, that's kind of, I'm just kind of brushing over to the next thing. But I paid tribute to her in that aspect. The little video that I posted of me dancing, because that kind of reminded me of what she did. So I was like, hey, let's pay tribute. This is not only her song, but let's pay tribute to her as a writer, and the emotion that she felt. So I added a little bit of what she had done into the little dance. it's super simple, like piece of cake. But it's something, un movimiento que hizo ella, que I was like, yes, let's do that.
And of course, like, you guys can follow her on TikTok. Like, honestly, very entertaining. Like, very, very
Thank
entertaining.
you.
Follow her on all her social media, porque like you're gaining momentum on that, and that's what I love too. Pero follow her on TikTok because she does some bromas and all that.
I'm just being myself. I always, we always as artists have like a role, and that's to portray ourselves as the artists. People have that mentality of she's an artist or he's an artist, son artistas, son músicos, and so they're up there looking like artists. But we also have a softer side to us or a funny side to us, and I just feel I'm a little goofy. I like to joke around and like you said, bromear or play jokes on people, whatnot. Pero I'm just being myself, really. That's and I'm not being like fake or trying to be fake or anything like that. It's just that's just that's myself. And like when you act differently in front of different people.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. Like when I was in the army, you have to act professional, but when you're on downtime, you're goofing off, you're joking around. You know what I mean? And so, but to me, I take my artistry very serious. I have fun with it too, but I take it very serious. And then when I'm on the downtime, pues claro, I like to joke around and be goofy and be myself, which is what I am. But thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, follow me, follow along, and learn with me as I'm learning. All of this social media stuff.
Yeah, because like when ever since I found out about like TikTok and little things, and I'm like, yeah, even though I won't go live on TikTok, but I'm like, oh my god, like this, like I love seeing all the information that they give out, and just the whole promotional part of it. Like I got into the business side of it, and it's like, wow, okay, this would help out this artist. Okay, let me see if I can post it and see how many people I can help with it. Like, big shout out to the Cheat Code and the Rap Coalition también for helping out and understanding. And
yes,
because with them, even though we're in another genre, pero with them, they just want to help out everyone. They were like, if we are able to help out this other industry, we're more than happy to go and help out. They were like, you guys can message us, and like for me, I'm more than happy to go and help out artists and help out everyone I can. Like that's my thing.
And that's how it should be, and we appreciate it, definitely.
And especially like we have so many up and coming artists, and I tell them, hey, just send me the music, and for sure you're gonna get guaranteed airplay. And once you sent me the song too, it was like I told you, hey, no matter what, I want to play your music. Like no matter what, I'm gonna play your music.
Thank you. I put a lot of work and effort. I'm not saying that a lot of artists don't or other artists don't. I'm just saying, as far as me, I put a lot of work and effort. I stress about it because I want it to be perfect. And I know it won't always be perfect, but that's just what I want to give the audience. It's really important to me. Just not perfect, but the quality, the style, everything. I want them to see, even the photos, I'm not always great at the photo thing, but I do my best.
Hey, I'm impressed by this cover photo también. All your cover photos have been like on point, like híjole.
Thank you. I really try to give a personality to every song.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah, I noticed it. Like it's like that. That's why once I seen the picture, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be another hit single. And
thank you. No, and I'll tell you, with this song, fue el tema que más. It was one of the funnest, but most intimidating at the same time, because one, it was my first song that was not mine. But of course, Blanca Estela, ¿verdad?
Mm-hmm.
But not only that, giving it life as far as the sexuality part of the song, it was the funniest, most embarrassing and awkward thing ever. I was in the studio and Adrian was like, give me something. And I'm like, no, I was red. I was blushing. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. Like in la casa, like whatever, nobody's going to hear you. But you like have a producer in the room and like he can say yay or nay or that's not good or whatever. And I was so embarrassed. I was closing my eyes like, I'm hoping he's not watching. It wasn't. But yeah, those, the sexual aspect of the song, it was just, it was funny to me and embarrassing. But I felt like it was very important to the song. If it wasn't there, the song would not be the same. It would just be, music and words. You know what I mean?
And you do hear that flirtatious vibe in the song too, and it's like,
yes.
And I was like, the way that she's singing it, I was like, yeah, it does sound right with the song. I'm very impressed by it. Like,
thank you. Well, it was a group effort, I'll tell you, and I would like to take the time to say thank you to everyone that worked really, really hard on this song. First of all, muchísimas gracias, Blanca Estela, por darme la oportunidad de interpretar tu tema, Bailame. Al productor y genio que le digo, Gabriel Adrián Vázquez. He did an amazing job, not only with the production, but, putting the perfect musicians together, and then, creating this beautiful sound. So thank you, Adrian. You're the best. And he's a great friend of mine too, so I appreciate him so much. And of course, all the musicians from Boomchi Studio, Boomchi Music, Daniel Alanis, percussion, he was piano, percussion, and drums was Yaretsi Carrera, female, did an awesome job. Percussion, Edwin Fernandez, bass, Steve Lopez, and guitar, of course, Gabriel Adrian Vasquez. So, and then two, I wanted to thank my publicist, Juan Carlos Martinez, because he did an amazing job, not only with the photos, but he did the cover artwork. He helped me a lot. So muchísimas gracias, mil gracias. He's an angel to me. Thank you guys.
And también thank you for calling into the show. And I don't know what happened with the computer again. It froze and yeah. But it still said it's recording. So, you know what? We're going to go. And también, I want to say thank you, Erika Renee, for calling up the show. And it will be on radio también. And all the other websites as well. We're going to post it